Everybody, how we doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Chris, and I want to give a shout out to my new subscribers. I say thank you and welcome. Kindly subscribe, um, like, share, and put up a notification button so that every time I put up a video, you'll be the first to know. And I want to give a shout out to all my old subscribers. I say thank you for continuing to allow this channel stay relevant to you and I. I say welcome, welcome everybody. On today's edition of Man Cave, I'm going to keep it simple and I'm going to keep it really short. I basically want to talk about six stupid things that some men do. And there are some things that we need to get it out of the way because it doesn't, make us have be a better version of ourselves. And you already know that on this channel, what we do is to always, project a better version of ourselves. And if this is not happening, what are we doing? If we don't look ourselves in our eyes and say, look, this is not a better version of you, or you have a better version that you need to project, why don't you talk this away or just detox these other things? So, and these things, I want us to detox from our system, from our character, from our everyday behaviors. What we're going to talk about, I'm going to take 6 of them. And one of them is ignoring health concerns. Sometimes personally, I indulge in this, neglecting health issues or avoiding regular checkups and screenings, which can lead to more significant problem later on. It is very important that at least twice in a year you go for your health checks and do not ignore, because whatever you ignored in your 30s, probably comes up in the 40s. Whatever you ignore, health concerns you ignore in your 40s, come up to wait for you in your 50s and on like that. And you want to be here for a long time. And I said sometime in one of my videos that one thing you must never do is don't allow, do not abandon your family, do not exit out of this world early, because your family is counting on you. The ones who love you, your loved ones, the people that care about you are looking up to you. They need your support in whatever form or shape. All right. So number 2 is reckless driving. I know a lot of us are careless, are a victim of this reckless driving. All right, because it is in the nature of man to try to taste a little bit of risk. Sometimes we want to stretch ourselves a little out of the ordinary. We don't like to just be regular. We want to be extra. Want to let the adrenaline pump a little bit. We have testosterone that wants to drive us a little bit, and we have a lot of it, especially when we are younger. Even when we get older, sometimes it never gets out of the system. However, we need to keep a tab on it. Reckless driving, engaging in dangerous and irresponsible driving, behavior such as or driving under the influence. Driving under the influence, it's a complete no-no. All right, irrespective of whatever age strata you fall into, it is against the law. It is not responsible. You're going to lose points in driving. You could lose your driver's license, and when you lose your driver's license and driving privileges, it goes downward spiral, like I always say. From there, I want you to think about it. There are a lot of people who have lost their driver's license, and I can tell you that it won't be easy not being able to drive, particularly if you're somebody who derive a lot of fun and excitement in driving. Driving can be fun. However, we're saying let us be responsible. Let us desist from reckless driving. Reckless driving has cost the life of so many, has cut short the life of a lot of young people. All right, reckless driving under the influence, whether alcohol and other substances. And this is a stupid thing that some men get into, and some people are alive to regret this action over and over. Some may have come out of that situation, but that experience can never leave them for a long long time, particularly if somebody lost their life as a result of that negligence. All right, so it is something that we need to check. I said number one is ignoring health concerns. We needed to stay here a little longer. Number two, reckless driving, like I talked about. And number three is avoiding emotional expression. Avoiding emotional expression, in other words, suppressing emotions or refusing to seek help for mental health concerns, which can harm emotional well-being. How can you know that? How can you avoid emotional expression? I know some of us are introverts. These days we hear men don't talk. Men don't talk. We bottle in. We don't come out in our emotions. We don't express it. We don't unburden. And it is because a couple of people have done so, and this trust is betrayed. It bruises their ego. So people bottle up. And sometimes when you look at the people around you, you don't see some kind of force or support of some sort that you can seek succor from or help from. So it becomes a challenge to repose support in such individual or group of individual. They do not have the framework or what it takes to give you the support or the solution you need. So you just buckle up, or you do not trust them that much to release such vital information of yourself. Because sometimes when we release these informations, we become weak. It comes out as weakness. And so we bottle up and try to fight. We call it these days demons inside. And some people fight these demons, the mental torture, the mental emotions. And it leaves people wondering why this perfect looking individual will act in some certain way sometimes. So this is the reason why we should, not avoid it. Rather, we should embrace expressing our emotions. Avoiding emotional expression is a no. We should not engage. We should not engage ourselves alone. We should involve other people. Suppressing that emotion will not help us. All right, so that we can get the help that we need, so that you can get the help that you need. And on number 4 is impulsive spending. Of course, we know that anybody that engages in impulsive spending, how it be, whoever you may be, it's a stupid thing. And this is not to respectfully saying, all right, because it will keep you broke and keep you on a down low. Making impulsive or unnecessary purchases without proper financial planning will keep you on a financial down low. And for a man, it is not healthy to go on impulsive spending, on a spending spree without proper financial, accountability. So I've always said it in my other videos: delayed gratification. If you put a thought to every money you spend, it helps you to have some savings. You have no reason to run helter-skelter. When the chips are down, you simply just dig into the savings you already have, and you will float back up again. So impulsive spending does not have a place in your life as a man. It is a stupid endeavor that we must avoid as men. We must avoid as men who want to continue to add value to ourselves, families, relationship. All right. When these things are in control, you can have all the ego you have to stand tall as a man. On my number 5 is disregarding relationship communication. Failing to communicate openly and honestly in relationships, which can lead to misunderstanding and conflict, is a stupid thing. I know sometimes some men are extroverts. All right, so they avoid communication, they avoid interaction, they avoid interface. I get it. But there has to be some times where you need to learn and relearn and pick up new skills. As a matter of fact, I said need. You have to, because it is the next phase it is a determinant whether for you to stay up or to go down. If your communication is poor, you most likely will not keep a relationship, especially marital relationship. All right. So disregarding relationship communication is very important. So if you are an introvert, do not wait to be the one who they're always being pulled. Be the one who is pulling. Be the one who's reaching. From time to time, some of us will be guilty of this aspect. I am sometimes. All right, but we need to get on our oars to be the one who's reaching and not be the one who's disregarding relationship communication. We should be the one establishing, initiating that gesture and not wait to be pulled. All right, it makes us lose relationships. All right, the fact that you are the one reaching doesn't make you stupid, but if you do not reach at all and you always want to be reached all the time, makes you feel that way. All right, respectfully so. So I want to encourage us to also try. Let us reach out. Support our relationship. Failing to communicate openly and honestly in relationship, which can lead to misunderstanding. If you don't speak out, if you don't express yourself, you can easily be misconstrued. And you put people in an assumption, and they quickly create an assumption and a bubble around you. But if you open up, it busts the bubble, and people really know what is actually going on in your heart and in your head. All right, so number 6, which is the last one for this edition of Men Cape, is risky behavior. Some men engage in risky behavior. I know that sometimes, as men, some men we grew up rascally. We want to go into the play field, want to play football, we get bruised, but there become a time where, as you grow old, you need to slow down on risky behaviors. We have seen people who have lost limbs, fingers, legs because of risky behaviors, partaking in high-risk activities without proper safety precautions, such as extreme sport without proper training or equipment. As a matter of fact, we see people who engage in pranks, engage in pranks, and they lose their lives, they lose their limb, lose their eyes. It is considered a risky behavior. All right, so getting punked or pulling up a prank on somebody who, on the other person, or they pull a prank on you. These are risky behaviors. They are silly, and we need to be careful. All right, because you might cause a person to lose their limbs, lose their hearing, lose their sight, lose vital organs in the body. And at the end, it is not nice. You shouldn't be that at the end of a prank or a sport and all of that, you lost something vital that will be instrumental to your progress in the future. All right, so it is very important that we do this, take consideration. These are 6 silly things that some men engage in. And my job is not to tell you what sport to do. It's not to tell you how to behave. My job is not to point out to you what you must do. Like I always say, you're a grown-ass man. You are you're old enough to take responsibility for yourself. What we do here is we draw strength from each other. We help ourselves. I'm not perfect. I might have made some of these mistakes, but when we come on this platform, it's a reminder, it's a reflection that we need to call attention to however be funny those risky behaviors are, however be exciting that impulsive buying may be, however be the reckless driving, fun, racing each other and all of that. Adrenaline, we need to know that the consequences are dire, and we need to do our best to refrain from it. That's all I have for you today on Man Cave. I hope you enjoyed this edition. Thank you for subscribing, like, share, and put on the notification button so that every time I put up a video, you'll be the first to know. Until I come away next time, have a fabulous week ahead, and do me a favor, stay responsible. Bye for now.